or play a demo, or wait till the reviews come out for it, and we'll decide at that point if that's definitely a game I'll be getting. Okay. And I guess Elder Scrolls we can put on here as well. I've played Morrowind and Oblivion, and those games were good, but I haven't really felt that they're great. Like, there's a huge-ass world to explore. And you can sort of do whatever you want, but it's kind of hard to keep track of the story sometimes. And it sometimes feels just like too open world. It's like I don't really know what I should be doing. So I just sort of run around, kill everything, spam spells to level up my abilities and stuff like that, but then never actually beat the game, basically. So I've spent a lot of time in those games, but it wasn't particularly fun or like, I guess some people would call it rewarding. So I've never really felt that those games are as top notch as some people give them credit for. So, wait, why is Crysis 2 down here? Crysis 2 should be here. Okay. So, Elder Scrolls, I'll probably get it, since I've got the previous couple ones, but I don't feel like they were really that awesome. So, I guess I'll put it right here also. So it's not a definite buy. Okay. So we have... yeah. That's looking about right. Let's go over a couple things. First, all the recent and very soon upcoming games. Oh wait, I don't have Portal 2 on here yet. Where's Portal 2 gonna go? I think Portal 2 will go about here. My main concern with Portal 2 is that it won't be worth the price. I haven't really been following it that closely, but if you remember Portal 1, it was... well, if you played Portal 1, it was like 15 levels or something like that, and then you're done. And, sure, some of the levels may take you like an hour if you're stupid. Basically, if you're stupid or are just having trouble doing, like, getting the right shots off, because you you sometimes gotta shoot sections of wall for creating portals, like, as you're flying through the air. So some of them might take you like an hour, but really the levels are like half an hour. Or, of course, for the earlier levels, they're like 5-10 minutes. So basically, Portal 1 was really like, I don't know, like a 5-hour game maybe? And that was as part of the orange box, which if you got it on release day, or like the Black Friday deal, it was like $20 for Portal and Team Fortress 2 and Half-Life 2 and the Half-Life 2 Episode 1. And I can't remember if Episode 2 came with it, but basically there was, it was like an incredible value for the orange box. I think later on you could buy Portal separately because it became a lot more critically acclaimed and all that kind of stuff than they expected, so they ended up selling it separate. But then it was like $5 or $10 for Portal 1. So to go from like $5 or $10 to a full $60 Portal 2 game, I have no doubt that they'll have a lot more content, but I have trouble believing that it's really going to be 5 or 10 times more content. So I'm not sure if I'm really going to get it. It's going to depend on how much stuff is in it. So that's Portal 2. And I guess, so that's Portal 2. Now it's time to go back over the recent, which is really only Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and the other games again. I know I've mentioned this previously, but let's talk about what I'm getting stuff. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I have it as a definite buy, but I haven't bought it yet. And the reason is because I do not want to buy a $60 fighting game. Well, it's actually two reasons. The first, I should say, is that I do not have a fight stick, which, depending on what quality of one you get, could be like $50 to $100. Or if you go for the special tournament edition kinds, those are like $150. But basically, a fight stick costs as much as a game in itself, and those sorts of games are kind of hard to play well without a fight stick, because you've got to press multiple face buttons at the same time to do certain moves. So it's kind of hard to to hit, for example, X and Y at the same time with your thumb, it's a lot easier when you have a fight stick. So you've basically got each of your fingers for a different button. Like basically, the setup I've seen is you have your thumb for sort of these special attacks, and then what they've done in this game is it's light attack, medium, heavy attack. Light, medium, heavy, special, basically. So those go like one for each finger, and then your pinky you don't really use for anything. And then the assist buttons are down below your middle finger and your ring finger. So but you don't gotta worry about pressing those at the same time as the normal attack buttons. So basically it's a lot easier on a fight stick to press multiple buttons at the same time. So it's kind of so that somewhat discourages me from getting the game at full price, because I'm not going to buy a fight stick. I have no plans on buying a fight stick. So I don't think I'll really get the full experience out of the game. That's concern number one. Concern number two is the stupid-ass DLC situation where they are releasing characters as DLC, and they've already announced a couple of them. There are assumed to be more on the way. That they haven't announced. But basically, yeah, I really do not like the idea of DLC characters, because then you're either paying more money to play as those characters, or you feel sort of disadvantaged from A, not knowing those characters that well because you can't play as them, and B, you're just kind of disappointed that you can't play as them because you don't want to pay more money for them. So until that whole situation is fleshed out, basically I'm probably going to wait like a month or something and see if they announce any other DLC characters. So yeah, I'm kind of waiting on that, or just for the price of the game to drop. Or a third thing would be if they if neither of those, well, if they keep announcing DLC characters, then I might just wait for like half a year or a year, whenever they basically if they announce more and more and more DLC characters, they'll probably have some kind of a collection kind of thing, where you can buy the game with all the DLC characters, or they'll just have some giant DLC characters pack that costs a lot less than a lot less than the DLC characters, like, by themselves, basically. Like, each set of DLC characters that they release. Because it's gonna be like $5 or $10 for